If it is opening Cura, as you see, it's going to take about 11 hours, or Cura can be a little bit optimistic there. We call it 18 meters of filament, I suppose, 50 grams, 63 pence. That's based on the cost I put in, but mainly the settings here. What one to probably see. So enable combing on all. Advanced 2.5 at retraction setting, 40 millimeters per second. I don't really have a fan on now. Just set that to that possibly for the future. No plugins set. End and start code. Start. That's Adobe Auto Leveling, etc. Big chance of clean the nozzle, and some messages pop up. End code. You want to see that? I ask it to play a bit of a tune here, but basically turn stuff off. A bit of retraction when it finishes off before it turns the things off, and then play a bit of a tune. The preferences, I'll just show you that. So that's the cost I put in, $12.50. That might be wrong actually. That's quite cheap, I think. Machine settings. These are for my machine. Yours will almost definitely be different because I've got a sort of do-it-yourself print platform. I'll just show you that touch and build plate. Show you those settings. So there's the main Cura settings. I'll just save this to my SD card now. I'm making good progress on this print. This is the main body of the quick release feeding mechanism I've been working on. Been quite a few iterations. I hope, and I think this might be the final one. Let me get a bit more light on this. You hear that noise? That's my grandson. He's round again. You can see the dragon motif on there. There does seem to be a bit of a almost curve on this edge here. I've added a few more holes to this sort of plate that will go onto the printer, so there's more choice of which holes you can use to bolt it onto the printer. I've also changed like the notch that the bolt head for the quick release mechanism will go in a little bit deeper. So this has been printing for 9 hours 5 minutes at the moment. PLA ABS might be better for something like this because it will have a stepper here that might get a bit hot. but this is more of an experiment than anything really, to see if the parts fit together and see how well it might work as a whole unit, if this comes out alright. You can really see the dragon sort of motif appearing there. If it is a curve on there, it's very slight indeed. It's not a lot. I think that might be due to plastic shrinkage actually. So you can possibly see more holes here. See the holes there. They're to fasten to the printer frame. This is built from another design by somebody else, but I've modified it to try and be a quick release for changing the filaments, and added this dragon motif. I've beefed it up a bit. It didn't really need that. I'll put the details of the other print here. Right, I'm going to put this on time lapse. I reckon there's easy another hour to go, if not probably longer actually, probably a couple of hours. So let's get this on time lapse for a bit. Well, back to normal speed on the video. The height is at 37 millimeters, just slightly over. If I remember right, it's a 39 millimeter high. Well, when it's this way up, 39 millimeter high part. Can't think of the word then. Just call it a part, yeah. It's 11 hours 19 minutes into this print, so it's took 11 hours 19 minutes to do this. It's looking well. Have to wait and see how well it can come off the bed when it's finished. I'm expecting it to be adhered to the bed almost too well, to be honest with you. Just like a bit. On this other edge here. Here's a good shot of what will be the top surface and the dragon motif I'm calling it on here. Looks like a very good print. See, there's more holes in the side, as I say, to fasten onto the framework of the printer, and all these edges are quite, well, a bit thicker to give it a bit more strength. But as I say, this is based on a previous filament feeder by somebody else, and that's what I'm actually using now to print out this, the previous sort of filament feeder. I'll put the details on this video. That previous filament feeder shown here is excellent. This is basically the same model, a bit beefier, got the dragon motif on. Trying to put what I call a quick release sort of lever mechanism on there, so it's easier to change the filament. I am printing PLA 1.75 millimeters, although that did measure more nearer 1.70. E3D version 6 hotend, coming from a Bowden fitting, 0.4 nozzle on there, printing on blue painter's tape that was cleaned off with isopropyl alcohol. The nozzle temperature is 190. It has been at that setting throughout this print, and the bed temperature is set to 70 degrees. Although when I did measure the bed temperature using an infrared sort of device thing, to show you that, one of these, quite good, but I think these use up power even while they're off, because every time I've gone to use it after leaving it a while, there's no power in it. I can't say that 100% because the batteries I use aren't all that good, I don't think. Apart from that, it's pretty good to measure temperatures, I think. But that measured the bed at 75, even though it's set to 70 degrees. Yes, PLA, no heat needed to say, but I found that if I don't put heat on, it can curl, especially if you've got a high infill. So it's 38.5 on that Z axis, so it should be getting somewhere near the end of the print now. Now I intend to leave this print on the print bed once it's finished, allow the temperature to go to sort of ambient temperature on the bed, cool right down, and then even leave it after that quite a few hours, because I found by doing that the print comes off quite easily. Now this print might adhere to the bed almost too much, because I have been adjusting the Z probe height a bit, because I did clean out the nozzle and that impacted on the Z probe height. And there we are, it's finished now. So the nozzle goes all the way, well, near enough all the way to the top of the printer. Carriage moves left, bed moves forward, plays a little tune, This is one of my lights, spotlight sort of LED, 20 watt, very good. Big heat sink on there. Okay, let's watch this go all the way. So that's 11 hours 28 minutes on the display, and then it plays a tune. So now the temperatures have been turned off on the display. Basically that's been set to 0, although it will stay warm a good quarter of an hour. Same for the nozzle, the temperature's been turned off. That will cool down a bit quicker. I'll just show you the display here. LCD 12864. So 11 hours 28 minutes it took. This is the position of the carriage at the moment, 0 to 100 and 195. The bed temperature is gone down to 65. Target temperature is set to 0. Nozzle is 111. Target temperature 0. So 11.5 hours, we might as well call that print. This light's back on. Looks okay to me from what I can see. Can't see any curling or lifting. I'll have to wait until I can get it off the bed, but as I say, I'm going to pause the camera now, and then I'm going to come back in quite a number of hours, probably even 10 hours or so, because it's quite late at night. I'll just leave it on the bed now until tomorrow morning. Okay, it's next day. I've left it all night on this bed to cool down. Now when I've done that and left it quite a few hours, it's come off very easily. Well, just about slight bit adhesion. Now I have changed the Z height a bit because I was cleaning out the nozzle and I had to reset it, so I'm expecting this to stick quite hard. Let's see how it goes. Nope, well, it's not going to come off too easy, so using this paint scraper, I think it's a paint scraper, wallpaper scraper, which I filed down the edge here. It's quite sharp, so I have to be careful. Steady the bed and just trying to wiggle it a little bit under the corner. And as you see, not too bad, came flying off. So let me just move these lights a little bit. Get the zoom sorted out. That's the part that was on the blue painter's tape. Supports here. String there, I think that's the final, possibly the final string with supports in this corner as well. So this part is for the stepper, this is for skateboard bearing. Take out these supports, that's another skateboard bearing hot bolt through this hole, a hinge part on here with a nut, well, bolt head to go into like this slot. Filament goes in here. This is printed out to like a cone shape, so it's easy to thread the filament in there. Could be another hole for another push fit to go to Bowden tube. Get that. Okay, that's come out very well. I'll put some more holes in here so you have a bit more option of which holes you want to fasten it to the printer with. That's about it really. That's come out well. Now it's remove the supports and fit the parts together. That's going to be in a different video, fitting the parts together.